He is 34 in August, and that's Robert Lewandowski. It looks like he is going to leave Bayern Munich. Has 1 year left on the deal. It looks like a rumoured bid from Barcelona was turned down of around £34 million. Question and I'll start with you, Dan. Why no Premier League interest? A lot of Premier League clubs looking for centre forwards. Chelsea being one of them.
Well, if you look at he'll want to play Champions League. He's still at that level. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best strikers in the world, as you just said. So what's your options? Spurs, no, because Kane's there. City have got Haaland.
Better than Harry Kane, but okay. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, they're not going to go for him, are they? So Kane's at Spurs. City have just got Haaland, so that's no point.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool have just signed Nunez, so there's no point there. Man U have got Ronaldo. Not going to bring another old timer.
That would be the oldest.
That would be the wrong message to the
football history. Wouldn't
I think that would be the wrong message to the fans. Now, if Ronaldo left tomorrow, I'd go and get him. Absolutely. So Chelsea's the one. Chelsea's the one, but they must. It might happen. I don't know. I've not heard anything that it would. I would imagine they have someone else in mind, because if Lukaku does get what he wants, has that actually been confirmed? The loan
Lukaku going to Inter. Yeah, that's done.
So I would imagine Tuchel will have already.
There's no one better in mind, and you're right. There could be someone else. There's no one better,
but it depends how he wants to play.
This is a guy. Let's look at his, and you're right. But goals that win games. His last 4 seasons.
Oh, his goals are
40, 55, 48, 50.
Works for me. Works for me.
Scoring more than he's playing.
But the model has already been proven when Ibrahimovic came over here and played at a certain age at Manchester United, albeit the Man United side that isn't doing particularly much. But notwithstanding it, in that particular season, they won a League Cup, didn't they? They won a couple of things. I think it was a Mourinho season that Ibrahimovic was here, wasn't it? Am I right? Was it Mourinho? I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Mourinho.
So he has a case in model. Just very quickly going back to the Derby point, I know it's off-piste, but it would appear that Klose has bought the stadium from Derby. So that's the reasons why they still will be inextricably indexed to some funding to Derby, because he's built the stadium, may well be doing an asset purchase that enabled him to securitise the lending to Derby against the stadium. So it's more secure.
But that's good news.
That's
for
good
Derby
news.
fans.
It's not bad news. It's not bad news. But going back to the question about Lewandowski, well, where would he land in the Premier League?
Chelsea's the only option, I think.
Well, are Chelsea going to sign Lewandowski to achieve the challenge that they've got, which is to come up against the sides they're trying to emulate that have moved into a different set of dynamics? You'll look at Liverpool going, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're losing Mane, we'll get Nunez in, and we'll get Diaz in, right? And Man City are going, well, we've just won the league, but we want to continue to evolve, so we'll get Erling Haaland in. And then Chelsea's response is, we'll get Lewandowski in. Irrespective of whether he's a prolific goal scorer in divisions that we don't disagree are probably slightly easier than the Premier League, he's still not going to give them that extra boost of vitality and energy that perhaps the other sides have got with players that are more dynamic, that are younger, that have more application. But then again, goals are winning games.
Simon, he's better than all those players.
The question.
Let's be honest, he's better than Haaland. I know Haaland's got more of a higher ceiling because of his age. He's better
polished
than Darwin Núñez. He's a lot better than Darwin Núñez. He is, and apart from Benzema, the best striker in the world.
Well, his goal ratio would be similar to Haaland's in that league, wouldn't it? But he's more polished.
Yeah.
But what you have to look at, and my feeling would be that, okay, if you're not going to go for Lewandowski because of the message it sends or his lack of dynamism, which is you're talking about because he's older, who are you going to get? Who's gonna guarantee you the goals he would? The only thing is with Tuchel, he's quite unique. Tuchel, he tweaks his systems. He's played a lot without a striker. Yeah. He likes Havertz in that role. Maybe he's going to thrust him into that role and leave him up there, and thinks that he can mould him into a striker because he's a super young talent.
There is still that battle in them trying to get Jesus. Obviously, looks like he's going to go Arsenal, but they looking at maybe a Gabriel Jesus instead, younger.
I just think if I was Tuchel, it's kind of a signing if it was given, if the hierarchy agreed to it. It's a bit of a no-brainer in that you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
The only reason I wouldn't be doing it is if I wanted to play a system where you don't want an out-and-out 9. If you're looking for an out-and-out 9, and you've got good legs in that Chelsea side around him, it's not like you need. Chelsea aren't a particularly high-press team. They're not that dynamic when it comes to the press. I mean, they won the Champions League under Tuchel by being pragmatic and playing 3-4-3. So I'm not sure that's where he's going to go. My gut feeling is that he's got someone else in mind.
Maybe so. It was reported as well recently that Lewandowski may have had concerns about being able to deliver in the Premier League, and you wonder when you look at the recent failures, and there have been failures.
Hold on. Let's retrace that. Let's repeat what you just said there. Who the hell has said that?
Lewandowski.
Well, he's come out and
said there are concerns of whether or not
maybe
he can deliver in the Premier League.
He actually said that.
Yeah. A, he's 34. B, he would maybe look.
He didn't say it with any irony or in
possibly a bit of irony.
I
a bit
can't
of truth
see
in the irony
an
as well.
elite player saying that.
No chance.
You know, by the way, but I'll go to Barcelona because you're a little bit lower on the food chain, and so is your football. That's not a statement that an elite footballer makes, because they don't turn around and give themselves that sort of
Would you not think he's maybe had a look at Chelsea, and we know the issue of Chelsea number 9s of the last 10 years, let's be honest. Not look at Chelsea and look at what's happened with Lukaku, where they brought him in. He's done one thing at Inter now. They've tried to mould him into something else. And he's probably thinking, well, I don't fancy that. If that's what you're going to try and make me do.
Or did they lose Reece James and Ben Chilwell? That gave them a real different disposition to the way that they were.
I think the biggest
Lukaku.
problem for Lukaku's whole season at Chelsea was his lack of confidence after the interview, and fear. You could see the fear come into his game because of the fans thinking, "What did you do that interview?" You could see it, his body language, everything. He played with fear. It's not ability, it's fear. Irrelevant who's playing wing backs. I don't think there's many footballers of Lewandowski's quality or even playing at elite level who look at the history of a club of number 9s or wingers or centre halves and go, you know what? Because that's happened to them before, it's going to happen to me.
And it didn't. Diego Costa was a resounding success. Besides falling out with people, besides falling out of Antonio Conte over his desire to go to China or get more money at Chelsea. He was outstanding centre forward.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Even Didier Drogba coming back after his second stint, he was good at Chelsea as well.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.